Yo, welcome back, Secret Garden. Yo, today we gotta transplant these Hindu Kushes out. So my camera angle is not great, but you will get the point. You will get the gist. Don't worry. Right here we got the Light Warrior. Um, I'm gonna be mixing this Light Warrior with worm casting. It's gonna be a little bit of back and forth of mixing this up, so just bear with me. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you the correct way to transplant your seeds, your smaller plants rather, into larger pots. Of course, you could just throw your seed into these larger pots and just grow it as is. Many people do that. Me personally, I like to get mine started in smaller pots so I can have access to my roots. I want to have access to my roots before they go in these bigger pots. I'm going to show you exactly why. Right here we got the earthworm castings. This is what I'm gonna mix this light warrior with, and that's my medium. Just light warrior and earthworm castings mixed together. Super simple. It's just what I like to, grow out of. I just keep it simple over here. You know what I mean? It's a lot of different mediums to grow out of, obviously, a lot of different things. I just keep it simple with the earthworm castings, light warrior, and then I'm just gonna keep mixing it up as I said, so I can have a even medium mixed together properly. So just back and forth with that to get ready for this little transplant. And then over here in the background, you're probably going to be noticing that brightness. Obviously, that's the light coming from the tent. And that light is only at 40% dimming. So it's pretty bright at just 40%. We got it nice and low. The vegetation of the plants seem to be doing well, thriving at just 40%. So we're just leaving it there for now. Uh, Mixing some more of this worm casting right on top of the light warrior. Gonna keep mixing that up together as such. Keeping our RH around 65%. Temperature's been around, you know, 71, 72 in the daytime. And that's how we rocking it. Pretty simple. Nothing too crazy. Nothing fancy. Almost to the top here. Just mixing these together. And then, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to transplant. I'm going to do an example of just one other Hindu Kush um, for the transplant. That's all that's going to be needed to go ahead and, show you what's going on. I've already used a lot of time on this video just getting the soil mixed together. So once I'm done with this shortly, I'm just gonna just do one plant, show you guys real quick what's needed. It's real simple and be done with it from there. You can see that light shining like super bright, kind of messing up my vision here. Also grab the AC Infinity glasses. They also sell glasses for your light. That's another thing. AC Infinity is not a sponsor, by the way, but I do use AC Infinity products, and those glasses really help with working in your tent with having that bright light to protect your eyes because these bright LEDs will do some damage to your eyes. So you want to definitely protect your eyes. Just an FYI if you don't know already. All right, so we are almost done mixing this. We are getting right here to the top. So I'm gonna start making some holes in the soil here real soon. Some nice uh, big holes where I can transplant my flowers into the Hindu Kush. And I also got a Sunshine Cerise in there. That was a freebie that came with my seeds. It's from Humboldt, and it's grown really nice. So we're gonna see, how she turns out. But so far, it's growing very nice. And the Hindu Kush is by Cincy Seeds. Right, right at the top here. I'm just sprinkling a little bit more on of both, and then that is that for the medium. A little bit more worm casting on top of those. And that worm casting is great stuff, by the way, if you're not using it. I mean, I don't see why not, I guess is what I'm saying, because I've always loved the worm casting, what it does for the flavor, and your plants, pretty tremendous. Yeah, it's good stuff. Your plants really love it, trust me. Yeah, and that's that, man. We got that mixed on in. We're just gonna start making some holes. I'm gonna start making some holes to get these girls planted in there. These are all feminized. Right now, we're not breeding any seeds. We're all about the yield. So, yeah, we're growing all feminized seeds right now. Okie doke. Those are mixed in pretty evenly. I mix that together on top, flatten it out, start making some holes in the soil. And then when you go back and forth like that, it's just keeping the medium nice and even, not not too much of one or the other when you're mixing them in like that. I'm just making some holes in the soil right now, right in the middle. These nice big holes, because we're gonna throw those plants in there. But before we throw the plants in there for transplant, it's a little something else we're gonna get in there. All right. And I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that now and show you what I'm talking about. Because this is why I like access to my roots. This great right here. This is the good stuff. All right. You're gonna want to get your hands on that. It's basically just good bacteria for those roots. That's gonna, make those babies pop, as we like to call it, and grow out. So I'm putting that stuff right into the holes, into each hole. I'm just sprinkling it in there generously into each hole. As such, now those holes are covered with that. And then here's my first Hindu Kush plant. And then this is a little bit tricky because I don't want to damage it. I'm holding it firmly, but I'm not pressing hard on that because I don't want to break that fragile stem. They're still very young. So I'm flipping this cup over and I'm really working more of the cup itself. I'm loosening the cup. I'm working the bottom of that cup and loosening it so I can get that plant to kind of just fall out. It's the key here is what I'm trying to do. And voila. And you can see I got access to the roots. That's what I want. I see those roots going round. And then I'm gonna sprinkle this great right here, right on directly onto the roots. I'm gonna just sprinkle that right there, right directly onto the roots. That's why I want to transplant. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pop that baby in there, get some soil around her, and of course water and feed her. You might see a little bit of yellow on those leaves, and that's because I just been giving her all water and haven't even fed her. And that's it. As I said, I'm just going to show you that one plant. So now you know how to transplant. Go ahead and subscribe. We're going to keep it going. It's TSG signing out. Later, y'all.